This is NR2003 Predicts. We take the entry list of the top 3 NASCAR series, send them through the N ratings algorithm, set them up by their provisional lineups, and set the forecast as they will be on race day, and we see what the computer says will be the finishing order on race day. The Truck Series race would see Ben Rhodes go to victory lane for the 3rd time this season, continuing Toyota's grip hold on the series. Grant Enfinger, Austin Hill, John Hunter Nemechek, and Todd Gilliland also up there in the top 5. Solid runs by Corey Heim in his debut and Bailey Curry in the 44th, 7th, and 9th respectively. Eric Darnell 22nd in his return to the Truck Series. Carson Hocevar had problems earlier in the race that sent him back to 40th spot. And a thrilling photo finish there between Jeb Burden and Daniel Hemrick. Burden grabs the top spot here at Darlington. 2 wins in a row for him. Austin Cindric, Jeremy Clements, and Josh Berry making up the top 5 in this race. Only major disappointment of this race being Ty Gibbs finishing 37th, losing his streak of top 5s to start his Xfinity career. And now time for the Cup Series. Brad Keselowski, Kevin Harvick starting up front here at one of NASCAR's most historic tracks. Green flag flying here at Darlington. Brad Keselowski able to get just clear of Kevin Harvick going into turn 3. Looks like he's likely to lead lap number 1 as Harvick going to try to hold off second, but Martin Truex Jr. is on the inside and looking to take the spot. Average finish here at this racetrack. Eric Jones has performed masterfully well here. 5.2 average finish. This is his first time though in a non-Joe Gibbs car, so going to have a little work to do here. As far as wins go, it's an elite group among those that are racing in this event. Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin have 3 apiece. Truex, Busch, Keselowski, and Jones all have won here once before. Harvick leads the way in the top 5 category. Denny Hamlin in 2nd place there with 9. Harvick looking to take the lead off of Keselowski. They are starting to get mired in some lap traffic, just 25 laps into this event. And we're going to have problems on lap 41 as Quinn Houff catches the wall. Going to cut right back down on Daniel Suarez and take some heavy damage, but that's not where the biggest hit comes. Suarez is going to end up drifting back up onto the racetrack, and we see from Bubba Wallace's perspective right into the 23 car. And the one of Kurt Busch also taking damage in that. So Bubba Wallace is going to drop out of the race. He'll be the first retiree. As we go back to green, we saw Cole Custer up at the top of the screen. He has some mechanical issues, and it looks like he's going to pull behind the wall for that. As you see him going right there, as Brad Keselowski making an unscheduled pit stop. From the lead, 2-car going down the pit lane. And it sounds like it might have been a flat tire for the 2-car. Disappointing for him, trying to hold down the lead. Meanwhile, Denny Hamlin has worked his way to the front and taken it away from Kevin Harvick. Looking back at Ryan Newman. 13 top 10s here at this racetrack. Still running in an okay position right now, but not inside the top 10. Kyle Busch among some of the best lap leaders here. Harvick leading the way, but Kyle Busch also eclipsing 700. Plenty of laps turned around this racetrack. Plenty of drivers who have gotten at least 100 laps led. And problems for Christopher Bell. He is slow on the racetrack, and it looks like he's going to end up stopping on the track and bringing out a caution late in stage number 1. There's going to be a 1-lap shootout. Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick out in front, but the order is going to remain pretty much unchanged. They come across the line, and Hamlin leads the way, gets the stage win over Harvick, Logano, Truex Jr., and Kyle Busch. Coming back to the restart, Denny Hamlin out in front for stage 2. No one pitted during the stage break. Everyone had pitted on the caution that came out for Christopher Bell. Matt DiBenedetto has worked his way back into the top 16 in points, which is a big turnaround from where he had started his season. 3 top 10s in a row, including 2 top 5s, a 5th at Talladega and a 4th at Kansas. Meanwhile, Kurt Busch has dropped outside the top 16. That occurred at Talladega when he finished 35th, 6 laps down. Took him the 18th spot. He's gained one of those back, but still trying to claw his way back into a playoff spot on points. Meanwhile, Austin Dillon having issues now. Mechanical issues galore, as now the 3 car heading down to the apron, trying to limp it back to pit lane. It looks like he'll also go to the garage. Might be the end of his day. Denny Hamlin coming down for a scheduled pit stop here. Harvick had taken the lead. He's going to come down now. However, once we get through this cycle of pit stops, looks like Denny Hamlin is going to cycle back out in front of Harvick. Although the 4 car is still in tow, but the 11 car will win the race back to the line. So Hamlin, Harvick, Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, and Joey Logano will make up the top 5 in this stage. So now heading into this final stint of just over 100 laps. Denny Hamlin going to see if he can win number 4 here. But the other guy who could do it, Kevin Harvick, is right behind him. Problems here in turn 2 as Michael McDowell catching the wall, and Martin Truex Jr. going to catch him off the corner, and he's going to get into his teammate Kyle Busch. They're going to go for a half slide down there, no caution. But both lead lap cars, Truex and Busch. And major damage on the 19, I believe he's going to go down the pit lane and get that fixed. Meanwhile, Kevin Harvick working his way back inside of Denny Hamlin. Race for the lead, and now here comes Joey Logano, working his way up. Should be noted, no one took tires under that caution. It looks like they're trying to go to the next stint. That would take them to the end of the race. No one wanted to give up the track position. So now the 22 controls the race. Looking at William Byron currently running in 7th position. Got to give a shout out to him because he has 9 straight top 10s right now after disastrous Daytona week, both at the oval and the road course. You know, Joey Logano starting to gap the field. This could be a race that plays into his hands. Here comes Denny Hamlin for a scheduled stop. He'll once again be the first one to come down among those leaders. And Daniel Suarez having a problem right in front of the 2nd place Kevin Harvick. The 4 car will take evasive action, but that's going to cost him a ton of time as Joey Logano continues to extend his lead. And now Denny Hamlin with problems. The 11 car slow on the front stretch. Had an opportunity, looked like it was starting to slip away with the 22 pulling away, but he was still in contention possibly, and now that hope is gone as the 11 car is going to pull it behind the wall. And the 22 is still out in front after the pit cycle. However, Kevin Harvick is starting to reel him in. Seconds are dwindling, just as the laps are, and the 4 car still has a chance at getting into this one. Alex Bowman in his throwback, currently in the 10th position. All 4 Hendrick cars currently inside the top 10. That would be a big feat for that team. Trying to do it at one of the toughest tracks. And here we go. Joey Logano has Kevin Harvick on his heels. Logano trying to get away with this one, but Kevin Harvick is saying no as he goes to the inside and able to clear Joey Logano through turns 1 and 2. Car up in the wall as Cody Ware. Not going to be a factor as the 4 car stays on the inside line, and he takes the white flag. And he has put distance on Joey Logano now. The 4 car took a swing on the adjustments, and he has found something perfect in that race car. It's been well documented what kind of struggles Stewart-Haas Racing have been going through this season. Harvick has been that model of staying consistent, but he has not found a win after being one of the winningest drivers last season. He came so close last week at Kansas, finishing 2nd to Kyle Busch, but coming off of turn 4, the driver who won here when we came back from the pandemic break, Kevin Harvick, going to get his 4th win here at Darlington. And what a much-needed victory for that race team, looking for something to go their way. Kevin Harvick going to be the one that pulls in the victory lane. Joey Logano will end up 4.7 seconds back. Kyle Busch will come home 3rd. Tyler Reddick is able to find his way up into 4th spot, and 3 of the 4 Hendrick drivers are able to finish inside the top 10. Alex Bowman was not able to hold his ground. He ends up in 12th spot. Brad Keselowski, after making the unscheduled pit stop, will still come home in 10th place. Martin Truex Jr. ends up in 11th. Obviously had those tangles with Kyle Busch, but will still have a respectable finish. Matt Benedetto 14th, trying to see if he can maintain his ground inside the playoff bubble. Kurt Busch, who was needing a good finish as well, finishes 15th. Michael McDowell, Daytona 500 winner, kind of the cause of that Truex and Busch melee, ends up in 21st spot. And there's all your drivers that dropped out with mechanical issues, 6 of them, as well as Bubba Wallace for the accident. Hamlin, Dillon, Bell, Custer, all disappointing days. That is it for NR2003 Predicts. We hope you enjoy the race, and we will see you all next time.